All right, so going to take a look at this latest offering from the Rebel News. As always, it is staged and fake. And this is something here that they've got where they send this guy in interviewing some of the cops, talking about this thing that the cops are supposedly going to do to interfere with a veterans protest. So let's just take a look at this now and go through some of this usual garbage from the Rebel.
Hey, officers, what brings you to Ottawa this weekend?
The weather.
Oh, really? It's much nicer than February, that's for sure. Now, we heard you're going to be shutting down a peaceful protest of war veterans on motorcycles.
It'll probably be a staged protest, just to clarify. Like all of them are. And they will have set it up in unison with the police, just like this interview was set up and coordinated along with the police and scripted beforehand.
I don't make the decisions, man.
Oh, okay. You're just following orders then, right?
Have a good one, guys.
Okay, then. Have you guys ever seen Minority Report?
Yeah, who cares? But we know these stupid movies are used for programming, but bringing that into
20 minutes outside of downtown Ottawa, we're at the EY Center, and this is the gathering point for members of law enforcement. Well, all across the province, actually, we've seen.
And this is all set up, coordinated between the Rebel and all of these cops, all set up and staged. And obviously orders are given from a much higher level to coordinate these events. But they're trying to do this thing where they create this whole rift between law enforcement and making people think that the peaceful protests are being interrupted by law enforcement, when in fact, law enforcement works in unison with these fake protesters, and 90% of the protests are fake, and the people are paid off to do these protests so as to make you think that there are real people standing up to this tyranny, when in reality they're all paid off by the state. So here.
Canada of 2022. It's absolutely chilling. Anyways, we're going to wander around.
Yeah, it is.
EY Center.
It's chilling that people believe this stuff that you put out too. But unfortunately, they do.
How they feel about setting up blockades to prevent war veterans from exercising.
And it's all coordinated. They're not actually doing this. It's all done in coordination with the people who would conduct the protest. You got to understand that. It's all pre-planned. The police work with these people and with the Rebel media and with the mainstream media as well. They're all controlled.
No comment. Just following orders, folks. Just following orders. Oh, hi, sir. Do you know where the mounted unit is? Don't know? Really?
And for the record, I've seen them staging these events. I know for a fact that they do these things. And it's all coordinated. And they're all on the same side. And it's all about manipulating the public and deceiving those who have not yet been bought off by the communist state. And it is a communist country. Canada is a communist country. That's not an exaggeration. It is under communist dictatorship.
There's no crime there this weekend, or what's going on, guys?
But it's not run by Justin Trudeau, as these frauds would have you believe. It's run by the people who control him.
What are you guys doing in Ottawa this weekend?
And we know who those people are by now.
Oh, why is that?
At least most of us do.
Oh, it's a brief. What are you being briefed on, officer? How to curtail the rights and freedoms of war veterans?
No, we're just trying to eat peacefully.
Eat peacefully. Okay, then.
What was that?
That was York Region.
Yeah, well, York Region have been involved in stalking me as well as the Toronto police also. But he's not going to talk about that. He's not going to talk about the way they're putting people who have committed no crime on watch lists to be stalked by the police. He conveniently ignores that to talk about how the police are going to be involved in these fake protests and supposedly shutting down the fake protests while really working in unison with the media and the protesters to stage these events.
I'm just asking questions.
And this is all set up too. This whole thing right here,
Did you really
all
sign
set
up
up.
for this, officer? Hey guys, what brings you to Ottawa on this weekend?
It's all part of the Order Out of Chaos agenda.
What brings you to Ottawa, sir?
They are eventually, I believe, going to
rights and freedoms of war veterans.
replace the police with the military. Now, that's not right away. You know, that they're going to gradually do that. It's going to take some time, but that's what they want to do eventually. So it is beneficial to have public opinion turned against the police. And truthfully, it should be. Like, that's one good thing to some extent because of the things that they're doing, but they are not actually focusing on the real things that the police are doing and being involved in these organized harassment and gang stalking activities. They're ignoring that. And they know about it. Rest assured, these people with the rebel media know about it.
Hey guys, what brings you all the way from
Yeah, they don't
Toronto
cover it
to
at all.
Ottawa?
They just cover this stuff here. So.
Do you know where the mounted unit is? Guys, do you know? I heard it's here. Like, I mean, why would it be in Ottawa?
Yeah, this is all for show. All for show. Just like everything the Rebel does. All for show. Kind of like the way they were involved in covering those tents with the actors that were put up all around Toronto. The people who are pretending to be homeless but were really just actors who were funded by the government to be there. And the Rebel covered it as if it was real, and the police were involved in the whole thing as well, along with the Rebel and along with all the other fake news media outlets such as the CBC, all of them. All controlled and all working to deceive the public.
Can I ask you, is curtailing the rights of war veterans what you signed up for?
Obviously, he's not going to answer that with a yes. You think he's going to answer that with a yes there, Menzoid, or whatever your name is?
Rights and freedoms. What do you think about that, officer?
If you have any questions, you can ask the media officers.
Well, the rights and freedoms have already been usurped by the hidden hand of communism that has full control of the country, but which none of you frauds will admit to that you work for. So it's already been usurped. And we don't have basic rights and freedoms. When you're getting stalked on a daily basis by the police and by the fire department, and nothing's done about it, and no media outlets will report on it, you know that your rights and freedoms have been usurped. And then we see these clowns reporting on this nonsense. So that's what they do.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you never saw that movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's a good one. Tom Cruise is in it.
Okay.
Tom Cruise? Yeah, this guy's the worst. Like, honestly.
You too.
Just a joke. Total joke. Like everything the Rebel does. Awful. Ridiculous. All staged. This was staged. They planned it beforehand. Like everything they put out.
Hi, officers. What brings you to Ottawa this weekend? Oh, what are you working on? It seems like maybe a major crime is in procession. We only heard about an event where there was going to be a peaceful protest.
Yeah, a staged event. Like every single one of these protests, a staged event. With many, many people who have been paid off to act in the event, I'm sure. To create this false sense that people are really standing up for freedom.
Oh, really?
And for human rights.
That's for sure. Now, we heard you're going to be shutting down.
When in reality, we are under communist control. But yeah, that's something the Rebel's not going to tell you, because they work for the people who are exercising the communist control, and it's going to get worse, and they're going to continue to do this type of thing.
Oh, okay. You're just following orders then, right?
Have a good one, guys.
Okay, then. Have you guys ever seen Minority Report?
Just awful. I don't know how people can watch this stuff and not see through it. Oh, wait, yeah, I do know, because most of the people who watch it already work for the state and have been bought off and have been paid to push this drivel. That's why it does so well. It gets so many thumbs up. And sure, there are some people who probably believe that these frauds are standing up for freedom, but a lot of the people who support them have been paid off to do so because they're such a
Now,
joke.
you call it working when you're shutting down the rights and freedoms of war veterans peacefully protesting?
Driving.
It's driving?
Yeah,
Driving what?
sure. All nonsense. This is all an act, and most of the things the rebel media puts out are
We're
acts.
just asking, ma'am,
The vast
what
majority
happens to
of
these
their
people
material
this
is
weekend?
staged
The,
and
I'll go talk to
pre-scripted.
the
So,
organizers. I think they want you to leave the property.
Oh, really?
and this is
Yeah,
fake
well,
too.
why
I
would
mean,
they
they
want
said
that?
this has all been
Oh, we
pre-planned,
had freedom of
asking
the
him to
press here,
leave the
man.
property. No, you don't have freedom of the press. Obviously, there is no freedom of the press here when you're under communist dictatorship. You just want to present the illusion that there are people who are against this, and that's the role that the rebel plays. They play the fake opposition, always the fake opposition. That's who they are. That's what their purpose is. They're just like Infowars, and it's all the same nonsense.
Why it is they are here in Ottawa, and well, basically they're just following orders. The other thing too is behind me, there's more than 100 police officers from police forces across Ontario and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. This is their briefing room. I'd love to be a fly on the wall to hear what
Yeah,
they're saying.
sure you would.
How are we going to curtail these war veterans from exercising their charter rights? Is it going to be another matter of whack 'em and stack 'em?
Yeah, and you got to have the military involved in this too, because we know eventually the military is coming in to our cities, and that's when the real tyranny is going to start, right?
If you are of a certain political
That's when it's really going
in
to
other words, many of these police
get
officers,
bad.
I don't doubt,
It's
many
already
came
bad,
from
but it's
Black
going to get
Lives
worse when
Matter
that happens.
protests
So.
back in the summer of 2020.
Yeah, and all these
Their
groups,
hell-bent
Black Lives
on
Matter,
cracking down
Antifa,
on
all these
government funding.
fake
What
groups
about the
are all
Royal
funded by the
Canadian
communists. The
Mounted
same
Police?
people
They're
who
here
fund
too,
all of these
to
fake
curtail
protests.
the rights
They're all
of
fake groups.
law-abiding
They work
citizens,
together. Proud Boys,
citizens,
Antifa,
and yet
all of them work
somehow
together behind the
they
scenes to
turn
create
the
this
Royal
false
Canadian
illusion of
Bell
order out of
Police
chaos, which is what they're trying to push.
carry the bags
They just want
of
to
illegal
continually
immigrants
push this
across our border.
this
Are we
false
living in the bizarre
narrative that
Superman
everything
world, or is this really
to influence
the federal
people into
Liberals'
thinking
vision
that
of what
all this
Canada
chaos is taking
should
place,
be?
when in fact much
Hello,
of the stuff that they're
David
showing
Zoid Menzies.
is pre-planned and is staged, right? That's what it is.
It seems that the fight for freedom